And maybe, nowadays also even myself, I use some phrases or these idioms with my children, although I know, they are not going to understand it because these stories have gone far, far away from them. But we keep telling these idioms, words, phrases to our children, and we have also heard it from our parents. So we'll just enact the whole scene of the Angur Khatte Hai. So if we have two people over here, you have to decide. One person is the fox over here and other is the grapes. I want the children to be grapes today. And they're hanging out on trees like this. And the parents are the fox. And they're trying to eat those grapes which are far away from their reach. So children, you're all going to stand somewhere on a higher level and, stand like this. And your parents are the fox who are going to reach out to you. Can we just do that? All the children, come on, come on, come on. Yes, you are the grapes. Very good, Risha. Very good, Riyansh. Sarika, Yajut. Very good. Yes, and the parents, you have to eat those yummy, lovely green grapes, and they're out of your reach. Okay, so I want all of you to try your best to eat those grapes. Children, do not let your parents eat those grapes. Okay, this is your day today. Okay, so parents, what about the fox is trying to do its best to reach out to the grapes? What as a fox will you feel and you will say, I am so hungry. Why can't I eat those grapes? They're so high. I want all the parents to do it. Come on. Let's make it a fun day today. A fun day, a Sunday. Yes, very good. I can see many of you are doing it. Children, don't let your parents eat the grapes. Yes. And now when they're trying hard, parents, can you go on your hind legs? Can you just rise up a little to eat those grapes? Yes. These grapes are so good. I am not able to reach them out. I want to eat them. I'm so hungry. Very good. And now when your parents, they have really tried so hard, children, shall we let them eat the grapes? Let's see. Let's let them, okay? So come down a little. Come down a little. And the frogs can grab the grapes and eat them. Yes. And show me your expressions, all the fox, when you're so happy while eating the grapes. Finally, your hard work has come. It has reaped you benefits, and now you're able to eat those grapes. So the happiest moment of your life, you're savoring those grapes like anything, like you've not eaten anything like this before. These grapes are the best grapes of my life. These are so sweet and tasty. Yes, you can. I want to hear you. If you can just unmute yourself and you can just say those words. Yes, anybody would like to do this? Would like to show me how happy they are after eating those grapes? Any other parent? Just unmute yourself and start saying it. Very good, Pratesh. I can see you enjoying the grapes.
Oh wow, these grapes are so sweet. I'm happy to have it.
Great. So I hope all of you energy levels are high after eating those yummy, sweet, and lovely green grapes. Oh, look, Riyansh he's been a big tree now. He has become a big tree. We'll all come to your house to eat those grapes, Riyansh. Okay, so I would again take one more activities, but since there's so many things you have to do, I'll just quickly start with the session now. Just give me a minute. Yes. So everyone, this was just a small snippet, what we call in drama. We just pick up a small scene from a story and we just enact it. This is a very small way of making the old stories very interesting. See how that small snippet of a story comes alive and it makes it so interesting. So we're going to learn many different ways of reading out of books. I'll just start my PPT. Just give me a minute, please. So, is it visible to you? Hima ma'am,
Yes.
is the
Yes.
okay. So once again, a warm welcome to all of you to the book reading workshop. And yes, I love reading. We all love reading. It's a fun way. It's a very innovative way. When we read different books, the collection is huge. Just pick up a book, very easiest way. Now, how to read a book to a child? How does a child read a book? Reading pictures. Not all the children are able to read the words. So most of the children, mainly the preschoolers, they read the pictures and they make out the story of the book. Read the words. Some of them read the words also. They're able to read the words, or we read to out to them. And that's the way they read a book. The third way the children read a book is by retelling the story. How they perceive the story, they tell it back to us, and that's the way they have they have read their book. So this is the three basic way how children read a book. They read pictures, they read the words, and not only children, actually sometimes as adults, we also just go through the pictures and we know what's the storyline, right? So what are the effective ways a reader to read a book? We'll just go one by one and we'll also read a book along with that. The first three ones. Add actions to specific words. Now, suppose a word like jump is coming in your book again and again. Tell your children they have to jump every time they hear that word. Or if the word is ola lampa, there are many funny words in the book, so I'll just make out a word, ola lampa. So whenever the word ola lampa comes, they have to say ola lampa. So, when we are saying it right now, it looks like, what am I talking about? But when you do it with the children while reading the book, the fun level goes to another point. The children start enjoying the books in a very different way. Sing songs. Yes, we have all been doing it at different times, but we are never able to connect it while reading a book, right? So start singing songs while reading a book to them, or you can say rhymes. You can sing some poems to them. A very fun way of reading out a book to them. Play games. There are so many games which you can play with them while reading out a book. So I'm not just going to read out these points to you. We are going to do it over here while reading a book. I have a few collections of books which I'm going to share with you right now. And we are going to take these 3 pointers with each and every book and try to imply these points over there. And then we'll see ourselves how the reading becomes more interesting. So just allow me to open my book, first book. The first book, the name of the book is 10 in the Bed. So just a minute. Is my screen visible to you?
No, ma'am.
Oh,
No, ma'am.
All right.
No, ma'am.
I'll just. How about now?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay. So as we go, the name says 10 in the bed. Okay. Before starting this story, can I have somebody who would like to read the story to us? Can we?
Ma'am, I like it.
I want some children to read.
Ma'am, I will like to read.
Sorry, Beta. I want some children, some parents to read the book today. Anybody?
Can I try?
Yeah, please go ahead.
I would like to read.
Yeah, please go ahead. So I will just the first
I
page
would
is
like
here.
to read.
Yeah.
Okay. There were 9 in the bed, and the little one said, "Roll over."
Yeah, please go. Yeah.
And he fell on his bottom and said, "Ouch!"
Very nice. Very nice. So that was really very good. Your expressions were lovely. So I will just add one more thing over here. So when I read out this book to my children in my classes, with this very popular number, a story, a rhyme number, which goes like this: 10 little animals sleeping in the bed. One fell down and broke his head. Mama called the doctor. Doctor said, no more sleeping on the bed. Sam, I think all of you are familiar with this rhyme, isn't it? It's a very common
Yes.
rhyme.
Yes.
That's why I took this one. So why I have taken a very common rhyme over here is also to tell you that the session or the stories which you are taking with children need not be very, you need not to be planned, go with a very planned way with it. You can just sit, whatever comes to your mind, but how you can start, when you say a rhyme and you start a story, it becomes more interesting for children. So we'll again, can we do it together, all of us? The same rhyme? I'll just say, you can repeat after me. 10 little animals sleeping in the bed.
10 little animals sleeping in the bed.
One fell down and broke his head.
One fell down
and broke his head.
Mama called the doctor. Doctor said,
Mama called the doctor, and the
and
doctor said,
no more jumping on the bed.
no more
"More jumping
on
on the bed."
Excellent. You are very lovely parents. And second one. So when I said you have to give action to a certain word. So when you see, try to find out the words which are repetitive over here. Can somebody tell me which are the words which are repetitive in this story? I'll just
Roll over.
roll over. Any other word?
Ouch.
Out. Yes.
Bed.
Little one.
Bed. Little one. Very
Hell.
nice.
stomach.
देख आयो स्क्रैच ध्रुवी कई चूरो कर दिया वो फोन को.
Can you please go on mute? It's sorry, but we're not able to concentrate. So, lovely observation, parents. So we have the one word which is coming again and again is roll over. The second one is the bed. The third one is little one. The fourth one is out. Now, can anybody tell me what actions can we perceive to these words while telling the stories? Anybody?
For the numbers, we can show the fingers.
Yes, very good.
For the ouch, as in hand on the mouth, or just like say wow types, or ouch.
Yes, great.
And fail is just lay down.
Okay. Anybody else who wants to tell me what can we do for roll over? Anybody?
Either that roll over or that roly poly wala.
Yes, yes, that would be really very excellent way. Would fit very nicely.
We can actually close our fist, keep it one over the other, and just roll over, roll over.
Yes, that's also lovely. That's also lovely. And ouch. So ouch. Also, you can give any action. So once, how will we start with the stories over here? So I tell you.
And calling a doctor as well.
Yeah, calling a doctor as well. So that is also coming out again in the story. So before we begin, we should not do all these things. There should not be any instructions while we are doing the story. All the instructions has to come before we begin the story. So what I will do is, I'll just tell you, and this I will read out to you, and I expect all of you to do the actions. So in the bed, so children, when I do in the bed, you all have to do. Okay, will you do this action after the bed? Will you do that? Can you give me a thumbs up? Thank you. And the little one said. So when I will say the little one said, you all have to say, "Aww." Can you all do that once and show it to me? And the little one said. So all of you do, "Aww." And when I say roll over, you have to go by your side. Roll over, roll over. So they all rolled over and lion fell out. And he fell on his bottom and said, so I'm not going to say anything. All of you, I want to hear a loud noise that time. What will you say? Ouch. So see, I'm going to read out the story as if you are children, and I want all of you to follow these instructions. Okay, I will just read 1 or 2 pages. Don't worry, I'm not going to read out the whole story. So remember the instructions again. In the bed, after in the bed, what action you have to do? Yes. Very good. After the little one said, what action you have to do? Yes.
Lying on the bed and the little one said, roll over.
Very nice. Very nice. Excellent. And once we do roll over, what you have to do?
Move up and
You have to move both the sides.
Roll over.
So they all rolled over. Lion fell out and he fell on his bottom and said, ouch. Very good. So I'm going to read these next 2 papers of the books without any instructions. I want all the children and the parents to follow me. There were 8 in the bed. You have to do the action, children. In the bed, ki baat kya karna tha? And the little one said, oh, roll over. So they all rolled over and dog fell out. And he fell on his stomach and said, everybody say what you have to say. I want to put a big ouch from everybody, all the parents out there. Ouch!
Ouch!
Please, this is your time to be children, okay? So just enjoy the story as if you are again in your preschool. Again, this one, I will not going to tell you what to do now. This was 7 in the bed. The little one said, he fell on his tail and said,
Loud.
ouch. How do we hear a baby? Ouch. Excellent. There were 6 in the bed.
In the bed.
Little one said,
Roll over.
roll. They all rolled over and horse fell out. Fell on his side and said, beautiful expressions, parents, lovely. All rolled over and the elephant fell on his truck and he said, So now listen to me. Every time you are saying ouch over here, the ouch has to be different. So the next time you'll say ouch, it has to be very funny ouch. Even though you fell down from the bed, you are happy about it. Okay, so the next ouch has to be very happy. Remember, happy ouch.
There were
Four in the bed, and the little one said, roll over. So they all rolled over, and the camel fell out, and he fell on his hump and said, happy ouch.
And his hand, and he said, ouch.
So see, next one has to be a very, very, very sad ouch. This time you got hurt so bad, you were crying actually. So it has to be a very sad ouch, okay? Do not laugh at all.
the bad and the little one said, roll over.
Roll over. So they all rolled over and pig fell out. He fell on his snout and said, The next one has to be a very angry ouch, okay? Very angry ouch. There were two in the bed. And the little one said, roll over.
And the little one said, roll over,
And
roll
rabbit fell
over.
out.
So they all rolled over, and the rabbit fell out, and he fell in tears and said,
There was one in the bed. Now this
there
one is
was
a very
one
happy,
in the bed, and the little one
And the
said,
little one
roll
said,
over.
roll over. So they all rolled over and the cat fell out and she fell on her feet and she did not say ouch.
He ran away.
But please say ouch. I'm very happy ouch. And you know, because of this, cats always fall on their feet. Have you ever noticed children, cats falling and jumping down? They never fall on their snout. They never fall on their stomachs. They always fall on their feet. So, I hope you enjoyed. Did you enjoy reading the story, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
How
Yes,
did
ma'am.
elements make the story fun? This was a very... Can you please go on mute for 2 minutes? So it was a very, very simple story which we read just now. It was just about a few animals lying on the bed and just falling out one by one. There was nothing very great about it. But it can be fun the way you read it. It can be fun for the children with your different kind of voice modulations and expressions and different ways of reading. Now let's go to the other 3 elements of book reading and then we'll read one more interesting book. So just give me a moment here.
Ma'am, before you go ahead, I would like to add here that, you gave life to that story.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I want actually all the parents to do it like that.
Parents, yeah, parents, I would love if you all also, record one story, maybe after 2-3 days practice, but record one story and encourage all other parents. Those who are, doing it, and you see, it's not like you are doing it in excellent way, but if you are doing and you are enjoying, you are having a lot of fun with your child telling that story, then please record and
And I
send
can
me.
actually see the parents
me,
over here, the wonderful parents, the way they're participating. I can see how much fun they're having. And that is the most important thing, having fun yourself. If you have fun yourself, you're never going to stop these things with your children. So I'll just go ahead with the second story. Just give me a minute, please. Yes. Here, ma'am, is the screen visible?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay. Yes.
Now visible.
Now, so here again, the next one is how to read the book effectively. Ask questions, let children ask questions. Many a times, we are in a hurry to finish the book and we just rush the children. Don't talk, let me concentrate. Don't ask questions. You can ask, once we finish the story. So this is not the right way. Let the children ask questions. And in fact, if the children are not asking questions, you start asking questions to children. I'll just show you in the other book how asking questions develop their thinking ability, develop their thinking skills, and how it makes the books more interesting for children. Now, second one, let children turn the pages. It's a very simple thing which we sometimes, do not pay attention also, that what's so important about turning pages. But it kinds of gives them a ownership when they turn the pages. They feel it's their book, it's their right, and it's their control. The parents are not the controller over here. They have the control over the book, and it gives them a sense of pride. It gives them a sense of ownership, and then the book reading becomes more interesting for them because it is something which they are doing it, which they have the power to control. Then make the story come alive. So like we did just now, we can make our story interesting by doing so many things. We have discussed about the puppets last time. We can do these things make the story come alive by voice modulation, by making a drama out of story rather than just telling the story. We can ask different people. Maybe the mama can be one of the fox, like we did just now. The child can be a grape, so this is how the stories come alive, and definitely, as we have seen it just now also, it becomes really very interesting then. So keeping these 3 points in mind, let's move on to our new story, and I'll just share my screen again with you. So this time also I want more people over here. Is my screen visible to all of you?
No, ma'am.
Yet, no.
Is it a yes or a
No,
no?
ma'am.
It's not visible yet.
No.
Now it's visible.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, it's visible. I can see the children's really excited about the story. That's a very nice thing. Okay. So This story is about this story says the title of the story is I Want. So I'll just tell you how can you begin the story with a child. So you can start what we have discussed earlier by asking questions over here. And I want all of you to participate like you are children over here. So children, do you ever thought that you want to, if you become an animal, which animal would you become? Can I have answers over here in the chat box over here? Okay, tell me if someday you want to become an animal, which animal will you choose? Tell me, come on, tell me fast.
No.
No, I want you to become an animal. So you tell me which animal will you become?
Yes, we can become, ma'am.
I would like to become a golden
If you can
retriever.
become any animal, which animal will you like to become?
I would like to become a golden retriever because they're human.
I would like to become a gorilla.
Over here in the chat box.
Lion.
Yes. Anybody else? Tiger, bird.
I want to become a bird.
You want to become a bird? Very nice. Lion. Wow.
I want to become a lion. Monkey. Tiger.
Monkey. Ooh. Okay. So you know what? I have a story with me about a girl that one day she got a magical wand. You know what is a magical wand? Which brings your wishes come alive. Have you seen the princess with the wand? And you tell her, please make me a beautiful, you make me a flower, and she'll say, swish, swash, shoo. You become a flower too. So this beautiful little girl one day got a lovely magical wand from somewhere. And every time, you know, her ma'am used to tell this rhyme of the animals. She always wished that, oh, what if I was a giraffe? And what if I become a monkey one day? So she thought, this magical wand has given me powers. Now I can become any animal which I want to. And so she decided to become a, can you see this animal over there in the picture? Which animal is it?
Giraffe.
Yes. And so, you know, all of you, can you take the wand in your hand? Just imagine you have a magical wand. Hold your wands in your hair. Okay. This is my magical wand. Over here. Can you see this? And you can go do two crosses like that. Swish, swash, swoosh, swash. Okay, so we'll go like this. Swish, swash, swoosh, swash. Can you go all the way with me? Wow, we already have magical wands over there with children, parents. Swish, swash, swoosh, swash. Make it a giraffe. Make me a giraffe right now. Okay, so it doesn't rhyme, but we'll just go with it. And the girl turned into a giraffe. Now, what do you think does a giraffe has? What does a giraffe has, which is very distinctive?
A long neck.
Long neck. And what else?
Long leg and long
Long legs and long neck. Very good. And what do you think the giraffe, if you become a giraffe and if you have a very long neck, what will you do? Parents, you can type your, you imagine yourself, just leave all the office work and kitchen work aside right now and just think you are a giraffe and don't ask your children, okay? Don't take help from your children. Please don't do that. Because I know children are more creative over here. They're more smarter than you when it comes to creative thinking. So no taking help from your children. Just tell me, if you have big necks, what will you do?
I would go to coconut tree and
Okay. Don't think like a children. You can tell me if you are a giraffe and you have a long neck, what would you do? Will you peek into your boss's office and room and see what is he doing, what is up to? Is he giving him promotion this year or not? Sorry, sorry. Can you come again? Somebody was saying something. You have a long neck like a giraffe, but you can put it in the chat box also. Anybody?
Long neck, then I give a ride to my kids from very high.
Yes,
A
you can
beautiful
give it.
sight, greenery and all that natural things.
Excellent, lovely. I love the idea. The children would love that too. Anybody else? Give me something really interesting. You know, I would, if I have a long neck like a giraffe, then I would definitely peek into my neighbor's house to see what are they doing and what dishes are they making that day. But I can steal from their kitchen also.
You are looking from that book only.
No, I'm not looking from that book.
Yes, you are looking and no.
Okay, so see, next comes, then from there, okay, the child is, you are very smart. I can look at the top floors and see what my friends are up to. Or if I have a long neck like a giraffe, I can even look at the baby birds in the trees. And I can even make faces at the monkeys in the trees. But what about the monkeys? They have a long tail. Swish, swash, swoosh. Make me a monkey too. And now I have a long tail like the monkey. Now I want to know, all the parents out there, if you have a long tail like the monkey, what would you love to do? Who can tell me?
Jumping.
Yeah, you're having fun. Yes, Om, tell me.
I will eat banana. I will eat the fruits.
You'll eat the fruits? Yes.
I
Anybody
would like to
else?
sing all day long.
Who can tell me?
I can pick something kept long at a distance.
Great.
I want to eat another tea.
Okay. So I want to know the
I would steal
I can't hear you. I'm so sorry if you speak together. Can you please go one by one? Over the trees, you jump over the trees.
I can swing onto the branches and go here and there.
Yes, great. So, I'm wondering over here, none of the parents said, if my child tries to run away, I'll just bring them back from my tail. I'll just catch them in my tail. So, see, try to think something more you can do with your tail as a parent. If somebody likes to share with me that, what would, if you had a long tail like the monkey, how would you use it? Any ideas?
I will use to take my parents to the London.
That was a very great one. Okay.
I'll sit on one place and grab all the things at that place only. No need to go here and there.
Yeah, that's great. I would love to do that too.
Sing on the tree.
You sing on the tree. Very good. Let's see what the child does over here. I want a long tail like the monkey. Then I can swing from tree to tree. But I'm not very happy with only being a monkey. I want something else too. Swish, swash, swoosh. I want to be a kangaroo too. Now, what is the distinctive feature which kangaroo has?
The pouch.
Pouch
Pouch and a heavy tail.
Pouch and a heavy tail. Yes, a big big strong tail they have, which helps them to jump.
And they
So, yes. Okay, so now parents, this question is to you because I'm sure there are many things which you can do with a pouch like that. So if you have a pouch like the kangaroo, what would you do?
I will grab all the chocolates I like and put them in the pouch.
Okay, and while cooking, you can just take out one and give your
keep my dad in my pocket.
I think they will use it as an apron pocket.
I will keep my dad in my pocket.
Okay, very good, Anna. Anybody else would like to share? What will you do a pouch with a kangaroo? Like a pouch like a kangaroo? Yes.
Ma'am, I will keep all the goodies, sandwiches, and use it as a picnic basket and take my family for a picnic.
Excellent idea. So no picnic basket from now on.
Yes. If I'm going to travel, I'll put all my clothes and important things.
Oh yes, excellent. So Sina, you know, children, even though the pouch looks very small, it can hold a big baby kangaroo also. Have you seen ever? Just go to the and see this video of how the kangaroos hold their babies in the pouch. It's not small as it looks. Yes.
Ma'am.
Yes, please.
I will hide in my mommy's pocket so nobody can catch me. Toys in it.
You put toys in it? Great
Yeah.
idea.
I
You know
love
what
my
would,
toys.
what would I do if I have a pouch like kangaroo? I would put all my books inside it and go to a nice quiet place and take one book out of the pouch and the another one and I start reading.
I will get my pencil and pouch.
Yes, so very nice. So many things we can do. So let's see what the child does. Okay, can you please continue?
Hide in mommy's pocket so nobody can. If I had a
very nice.
I had like a kangaroo small pouch, I would put in it a lot of chocolates and eat.
So you know this girl also had the same idea, and so she said, if I have a pouch like a kangaroo, I will keep all my chocolates in it. Now, again, but this girl was not being happy being a kangaroo. So she again took out a magic wand. Take it out, everybody. And swish. Swoosh. Swoosh. Swish. Swash. Swoosh. Make me your elephant too. And now, which distinctive feature does an elephant has? Everybody knows that. What does an elephant has?
It's trunk. It's trunk.
Ah, trunk. And we all, you know, love to become elephants. But again, if you have a trunk like an elephant, what do you have to do?
I
will take shower.
Sorry, you will?
You will take shower.
I will
take shower, yeah.
I will take a lot of water in my trunk. Everywhere.
You'll put water everywhere. What else can you do with the trunk?
Fruit. I will take some fruit from the trunk.
You will eat fruit from your trunk.
And ma'am, I will put juices in water and I will like a mixture. So I will use it for giving
Things from somewhere above. So if I can't reach a shelf, then I can use my trunk to pick it down.
Yes, that's a very good use. Yes, and you know, we all love to play Holi. So we can just stay in the balcony that day and we have a trunk.
I will drink water with my
water.
trunk.
You can drink water from your trunk. Yes.
I can add.
Okay. So the girl says, I want a long trunk like the elephant. So like you suggested.
My trunk.
Yes, just see the girl also is doing the same. I can pick fruit from tall trees. And I can even spray water on my friends. But that's all for now. Because I've been so many animals today. I'll go to sleep and dream of being some more animals. Say bye to my magic wand, everybody. Can you say bye to me? Bye.
Bye.
I'm not going anywhere, don't worry. So, you see, children, am I not
Bye
visible?
bye.
Bye, ma'am. Have a good day.
Okay,
Have
so
a
that
nice
was
day.
you were saying a bye to the you were saying bye to the children. Ma'am, can you please mute them all?
So session is not over yet. We have one more story. Or two more. How many more, ma'am? You can unmute yourself, ma'am. This was also a wonderful way, isn't it? This can make children think a lot and imagine.
Yes. So please ask lots of questions to your children. See, even though many of you must have not answered it, it still enhances your thinking skills. You start thinking, what would I do if I were an elephant? How would I use my trunk? How would I use my giraffe? So many a times, if the children are even not answering you, just believe me, the thought process is already begun. It's in the mind, they're thinking. The mind, even if if I think you'll all agree with me, many of you who have not answered to me over here right now, still there were so many answers in your brain. You must have not put down over here, you must have not have come out and spoken it. The thought process had already started. So asking questions and letting them ask questions is a very important part of book reading. So let's go to another three very important aspects of book reading, and again we'll read out a story. Just give me a moment here, please.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you. I just close the story.
Hannah.
Ma'am, I cannot see the screen.
Give me a moment, please. I hope is it visible now? Yes.
Yes.
So we have just gone to the ask questions, let children ask questions too. Let children turn the pages. Do not, please go on mute. So when I'm saying let children turn the pages, please let them do so. Do not take this one as very light thing. It's a very important thing for the children to touch the books, to feel the ownership of the books. Make the story come alive, like we are doing it in all our sessions. Now, again, the next three topics. Create a reading place or a space and have a reading hour. So this is a very important thing. Child usually associates things with places or events with places. So if you have a certain place where you have just kept your book, it can be anything, not necessarily a very hi-fi one. If you're just sitting every day onto corner of your sofa, that is also okay. But make sure that you are doing always sit at the same place. So whenever you're going to that place, the child suddenly assumes, okay, oh, it's my reading time. My mom is going to tell me a story. My dad is going to tell me a story. Or always, and secondly, always try to have a reading hour. So you can fix a time with your child. It can be once a week, it can be twice a week, as per your availability. But the child should associate that, oh, today is Sunday, and mom and I always have a reading time between 9 to 10. Or the child should associate that it's Thursday today, daddy is going to tell me a story between 7 to 8. So it is a very good habit to create a reading place or a reading hour. It's very helpful for the children. Second one, don't worry to finish the book. Can you please go on mute, everybody? Hema ma'am, can you please put on mute, everybody? Thank you so much.
Yeah, ma'am.
So suppose I decided to read this book, looking for my mom to the children today, to my child. And my child was asking so many questions, I could finish only 2 pages. And there goes my target. I decided to finish this whole book today, and I just finished 2 pages. Don't worry, you're doing good. The target is not to finish the book. It is just to have a nice reading time with your child. So even if you finish one book in 3 reading sessions, in 4 times, not to worry. Our aim is not to finish the book. So do not worry if you do not finish the book. It's a good thing that your child is asking questions and you are having a great time together reading books. What else can you want? Let the child choose the book. So many a times, see, when we are doing the session over here, we feel these things are not so important. But when we do it practically, we do see, I have these 10 books with me. So, okay, I will read out this book to you today. No, Mama, I want to read that book. I'm telling you, na beta, I will read out this book to you. No, Mom, I want to read that book. And you get frustrated because you have decided to read out this book to your child and your child wants to read a different book. And the fun goes away. Don't do that. The idea should be give the option to your child. If you want to read 3 or 4 stories which are good with you, we are happy to read them out. Tell the child to choose the books, to choose the book. Again, I'm telling you, it's a very common, very small thing which is usually neglected by most of us. Let the child choose, and you see, again, we are giving a control over the session. We are giving them an ownership of the books, and they just love that. Okay. This one, effective ways again. Ask them about the end or an alternate end. So when we are doing all these things from the starting, sometimes we forget, to ask questions about the ends or the alternate ends. So let the story, when you are reading out the story, let the story come to the middle, stop over there, give a pause, and ask your child, okay, so Samriddhi, what do you think will happen in the end now? Oh, do you think it will happen like that? Or if the child really knows the story, suppose you're talking about the story of the rabbit and the tortoise, the race. Okay, Ananya. So what do you think something else can have happened? Could the story had a different ending over here? Can the rabbit win? Or is it always that the tortoise should win? So when we ask them questions like that, again, we are starting a thought process. But it is not always that is the way it is supposed to be happen. There's no perfect ending to any story. You can have your own endings. So do talk to them about this, about the ends before finishing the story. Ask them what can be the end of the story. What do they think about the story? Or what can be an alternate end if they already know the end of the story. Create a diary. So now, what is creating a diary? You will say, my child is so small. How will my child create a diary? So over here, parents can help them out. Just keep a small notebook, book, diary, any kind of folder you want to keep. And just on the top, you can just write, suppose we have read the story 10 in the bed. So over there, you can just write the topic, heading 10 in the bed on the diary. And then you can ask the child about each and every character over there. Suppose if there's the first character like we read. So who fell down first? Cow. So you can just write who fell down first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And that way you are just creating a diary. Diary doesn't mean important aspects to be entered. It just means keeping a count or just recalling the things when you're forgetting them. So every time, whenever you're opening your diary, you first of all know how many books you have read. Secondly, you know how much the child have understood, right? So once I'm maintaining a diary of suppose a 10 in the bed, okay, so which animal fell first, Rahul? Which was the second? Write it down. which was the third. So if the children are not so big, they can write by themselves, help them to write. Okay, write a letter. So this can be used by a little bigger children also, because we have all preschoolers, and if the children knows how to write, encourage them to write. So see, I'll tell you, increasing your vocabulary of a child, the books are the best ways, and the stories are the best out of them. We all teach them by books, but when we teach them through a storybook, it comes out so interesting for them. So how to write a letter? So suppose over here, tell them to choose how will I write a letter. Okay, Gauri, choose one of the animals over here. Which animal is your favorite over here? Can you tell me one animal, Gauri, from from this book, which you we would like to, sympathize with? There's so many animals: pig, camels, cow, elephant. Okay, so maybe you said cow because she was the first one to fall down. Okay, so if you are a cow, how would you feel? Do you want to write a letter to the editor of the book? So now the child will question, what is the editor, mama? Who is the editor? So see, again, the thought process starts. They know writer very well, but they don't know the editor. So then you can explain them who is the editor. And so you are a cow, and how are you feeling? Do you want to write few lines? And if they write a few lines, that's also okay. But see, again, it is really helpful for them. And when we relate these things with book reading, it does not come as a task for them. It does not come as a boring thing for them. It becomes interesting for them. So they do not associate it with studying or with reading. They associate it with more fun ways. And you can also see how your child feels with the story, how they associate with the story. Okay. So we will just go through one more story over here.